We're tired of the rambling. So here's the Dads Talk Soccer, where they actually try to talk about the match. Emphasis on try. It's Cory Smith, Ryan Ballard, and Brent Callahan. It's City Dads. Let's pretend they know ball.
I can't see this at all. I have no idea.
What color?
I just know the game's still going.
We're white.
I'm just going to assume that we'll see.
Where the ant's moving to the left.
We're going left. Okay.
Yeah.
Freak out if we score. How's that fair?
Oh, what about this though? Will you freak out?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
We're going to be a bit distracted.
a bit
Jesus
distracted,
Christ.
so
Bit
we'll
distracted.
be live watching.
Here's the thing. You don't really want to talk about the City game.
No,
Not even a
no.
little
The
bit.
City game was. It was awful. It was just. I mean, good God. But this is maybe this will be more heartbreaking.
And then I don't know though, but also like part of the course.
Yeah.
You know, outside of the 1 year, outside of 19, this makes sense, right?
Yeah, feels like Blues hockey.
Yeah, right. And this is just the fan base is ready for for it's just nonsense. This is nonsense. It's not a serious franchise. We're old. We've been around for a long time, but you know.
And that's the thing that 19 makes feel so great is like I don't care as much. It's like we won one.
We won one. That's
Yeah,
all we need.
like, that's
we
all-
got the one.
Should we welcome people into the Blues Dads
Hey, welcome
podcast?
to City
Yeah,
Dads.
the Blues Dads podcast.
City Blues Dads. Yep.
Yeah, we're now a Blues podcast after who played well in the game?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question.
Name a player who played well.
Give me a second. I thought Giannis Horn played pretty well. Yeah, I thought Giannis Horn played pretty well.
That's okay.
We got one.
Didn't look dangerous once, really. I mean, there wasn't a time where you're like,
14 minutes, but I thought Jean De Silva looked pretty good.
yeah. After it's
Right. Yeah. Yes. All fair points. You asked a question. I said this is who I thought looked good. 2 players I can give you. That's it. That's all I got.
yeah. Brent, what'd you think?
I thought that Klaus was active.
Hairy.
Excuse me?
Awfully hairy.
Yeah, a big stepdad energy with that hair. But for being a forward, I thought that he was visible coming back and helping on defense. So at least got his fitness.
The things you look for in a target striker.
Yeah. How well can you play defense? Yeah. And if you score some too, great. But really, I want to see
Just
how far back.
how good are you in reverse?
Can you get? Yeah, that's
That's what you want to have like a performance car too.
right.
I don't know.
Put in reverse.
I don't know. Like, what was the XG? Damn near 5.
It was 2.22 something and a half.
They only put a 2.2
That was in the first half.
In the first half.
Right.
First half.
First half.
Okay.
And then
Before they
and
scored
we had a
3 goals in the
0.7
second half.
We had a 0.79,
We had a 0.86, but I
but the
think
0.79 is the
is a PK.
Is a
I think a
PK.
PK is like damn near 0.8. So we did nothing.
Yeah.
We did nothing.
nothing.
And they shoved it down our throats, and then they scored 3 goals, and
Right.
then they scored 3 goals.
Right.
The score ended up reflecting the game. The first half, I was a little like how is this close? We should.
Yes,
be,
yeah.
You're like
yeah,
we don't deserve to
fair,
be tied
fair,
right now.
Fair, but it's all optimism because you get to halftime 1-1, and you go, well, we can make adjustments, we can make substitutions, we can tinker with some things. We're in it. We're whatever 2,000 miles from home.
It never felt like we were in it.
It never felt like we were in it.
I mean, I'm sorry. We get lucky. We get the PK, and you're like, holy crap, we're up 1. That's interesting. And then what? 90 seconds later.
Yeah, pretty quick.
Yeah.
The turning point for me, the thing that I can't get out of my head was the Kai Joyner substitution.
Yeah, it was awful. awful.
And I go,
Why is he there? Why is he? Why are you asking him to play?
Well, it's funny you mentioned. The only person I've talked to that's given me any sort of modicum cogent answer is Brent, who said this about Kai Joyner. Do you remember?
Yeah. So it's the idea that, like, I know it's like really early in the season, but if you are looking, because I am very much on like the periphery of City fandom, so I didn't know the extent of the injuries. I knew that Berkey was out, but then you told me some of the other like big pieces are out right now, and so a team that's moderately talented as it is at full health, and then you take those pieces away, you can kind of, even 10 games in, kind of write off the season a bit, and especially because Olaf is 10 games into his tenure, you'd assume he's also got some level of job security. Now, I mean, with the way that Bradley Carnell was run out, maybe that's a bad assumption. But if there is a time to just get guys on the field and see what works or get them experience, now would be it, because you basically have that runway that you can get a Kai Joyner on the field, or you can play guys out of position, or you can do all these things with the idea of this isn't going to benefit us now or later this year, but maybe next year. And so that was kind of, as we were spitballing why he was on the field, it's like, well, maybe this is a long game.
Maybe.
It went terrible. It went as it was bad. It was so bad. It was so bad.
But that's all. I haven't agreed with all the other games and all the other, like, there's so many decisions you could question this year that it's not. This isn't a one-off.
Right.
This is another choice of going like, well, but we're in this game right now and we're tied on the road. What are we doing?
Yeah. And
then it falls off. It just, the wheels fall off right after that moment.
And it's not even fair to say that's Kai Joyner's fault. It is not. I like, honestly, but he was involved in that first goal. That first goal comes from the Seattle left side, or the second goal when it makes it
immediately as he came in.
Immediately, right? Yeah. And he is kind of involved in that play, but I don't necessarily fault him. Honestly, who knows? But yeah, him. So two things happen there. Kai Joyner comes in, and Kent comes in for
Kent had just came in the game. Ostrak gets hurt.
Yeah.
And then and then you bring Kai Joyner. And
so and then the theme of the game was, for me at least when I'm watching, was like, we don't have a center midfield. We don't have a midfield, and it's so it's a third of your
I thought
team.
I thought it was gonna be Edu. I was like, oh, Edu's coming in. Right, like the logical choice.
This,
was like,
this is my point. If it's not Edu, for whatever reason, then it's Celio, or it's Silva, or it's like you bring in someone else to sort of ignite the team and put some offensive firepower in there.
I felt bad for Joyner. I was like,
he was outmatched. He was outclassed. He kind of disappeared. I don't know that he touched the ball much after he came on the field, and he had 30 minutes.
How often has he played like in that spot, in that lever? Like, it's just so many things. He's a kid,
right?
Like it's not fair.
The only thing that makes sense to me is that we're trying to develop him for next year.
Well, and it's really, you made the point when we were watching the game together that it's a very sort of it's a commentary on a lot of things, that the Joyner, like you said, the Joyner substitution and the Sounder substitution were like within a few minutes of each other. We sort of questioned at the time subbing the Sounders player in. What did you say his name is?
Rothrock.
Rothrock was very active in the 55 minutes that he played, and it's sort of like, oh, why are you subbing in subbing him out for someone else? This is kind of a questionable decision, and that ends up working really well because, like you said, the what was the player who subbed in?
Kent comes on and gets
Roy Kent was all Roy Kent, right?
Roy Kent,
different Kent.
Yeah, and he just was
dominates.
all over the place,
everywhere,
and played really well. And then parallel to that, the Joyner substitution made no sense, and it it failed miserably. Like you said, they immediately attacked the side of the field that he was on. A lot of the offense built up through that, and so it's just what a sort of mirror to hold up is that, you know, two coaches making two decisions within, you know, a few minutes of each other. One works out beautifully because that coach, you know, probably has clearly a good sort of feel for his club and
His club
what
has
he's
much
doing.
more depth.
And,
Their
yeah,
staff,
and then
right?
one
like,
who's
that's the other problem with like trying to get too upset too is like, okay, also the injuries aren't crazy. To give Olaf that credit of going like a lot of the guys who may be playing in that spot and Morales being on a red. There's a lot of things where you're drawing at straws here too to try and get over. But that's also a problem of the team. We don't have depth, and
you're hurt. You're banged up. I mean, you've been snake bitten. There's no other team in the league that's dealing with the kind of injuries that we're dealing with. But and we talked about this last night during the game. That the reason no one's really pointing to that as like, look, there's absolution here for Olaf. He's off the hook because all these injuries, whatever. Your injuries are not to your forwards. Your injuries are not to your offense. Your offense is there. All the pieces that you need to score goals are around. All the pieces that scored goals last year are on your team and available and ready to play in your system, and they're not scoring. And injuries are not they are affecting that, but they're not like the fan looks at this and goes like, well, your defenders are hurt. Your midfield's hurt. Your midfield's hurt.
Midfield is really that's what I'm talking about. But that's also the thinnest part of our team.
Wingback.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway. There's 20 people hurt. So, you know, take your pick. Point to it. Like there's a starter missing in that spot.
We're probably been talking about this for 10 minutes and it was a shitty. We can say it's a shit game.
It was terrible.
It's a terrible game.
Absolutely awful. I'm taking everything into account. You flew to Seattle, all the stuff, the injuries, everything else. That was shit. That was terrible.
That's it for this week's episode of The Dads Talk Soccer. Not as bad as I expected. Still bad, but like, charmingly bad. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe to the show to get the full episodes where they've been known to lament collared kids, rank their favorite gas stations, play fake trivia, and just be dads. You can probably find a link somewhere nearby if they haven't botched the release schedule. They're the city dads, they're sorry, and they'll try to do better next time.